tell them, picture me perfect, then picture me irrelevant, then picture I've been close to hell and then back again. My life
it is my, the mayor said, well, you know, it's certain things that council people are not responsible for. Oh, it is my responsibility. Whether it's to hold you accountable, Mayor, or whether it's to represent the interests of the people, it is my responsibility. So don't let a mayor or a councilman tell you that's not my job. The moment they tell you that, you gotta go. Because your job is to advocate. Your job is to be a liaison. Your job is to be the voice. And if you don't know how to do that, then you can't represent us. And you gotta say that's okay too, regardless of who your father is. And so restructuring the ward is gonna be key because it's gonna empower block associations. It's going to unite them, but it's also going to begin to create the evolution of leadership here where you see more young people involved, more of the working class folks involved, because we're going to come up with different ways. Right now, is if you can't come to a 6 o'clock meeting, and Lord knows the South will have meetings, too many meetings. And a lot of this stuff is the same stuff we're talking about. We're going to utilize our schools more. We're not going to send political information, we're going to send information. You know, the council office should be communicating with every block. We should know when every block association meets, and I think clusters is something that with advisory council we're going to talk about restructuring that in terms of just partnering more blocks. We need to look at the district kind of approach. It's hard to try to just do each individual block. We don't have the talent pool or the time. And so if we can open that up a little bit, I think that with some of the things that will be coming down the pipe from the police, we can really be effective. But we should know when these meetings are. The council person should have, based on the region, a council aide. The things I'm telling you that should be done, the things I'm going to do. That should be, this is my approach to leadership. That should be responsible to these different meetings. And at best, if you don't make it to everyone, you're sending an agenda item. The council person should have something on every agenda item every month at every block associated meeting, no matter what. Not just showing up and saying, hey y'all, okay, what y'all complain about today? All right, I'll see y'all next month. That's what goes on. It's no word. It's no response. And so I'm saying that too because that's the way leaders train you. It's called in-service training. Some leaders don't know how to do these things. So all they know is put crime, put schools, put this. We got to train leadership. To sum it up, my approach, I was saying that once out and why that was important. I will be able to make recommendations to the mayor based on what I've done. I'm not a career politician. I'm a, what do you call it? I have transferable skills. So when I was a family service worker at the County of Welfare, I know what it's like to be on both sides of those windows. When I was an EOF director, Educational Opportunity Fund director for Bloomfield College, I know what it's like to come from these communities and have to go through that and have goals and objectives and meet them. The community action nonprofit out of East Orange, Tri-City People's Corporation, that was the name of it. I used to work for them as a community coordinator. And if you was to Google me, Therese, you'll see that back then, which was probably 10 years ago, I was fighting against community reinvestment from the banks because they weren't doing it. On behalf of Tri-City People's Corporation. So your age, that was 10 years ago, I'm 36, I was 25. Your age does not determine your calling. You know, when folks say, well, how old are you? I'm 36 now. I'm a father of an 11-year-old. I'm hoping I'm old enough now. I'm a homeowner. I've been through 2 loan modifications. I'm going through my second one right now. The first one took 3 years. So I don't know what it's like to have 2 going on 3 pensions, make $300,000 a year between all my government jobs and don't have to worry about the things that impact the folks in the community that I'm overlooking. The South will not be last.
Won't be compromised.
We've been last for all this time. The last shall be first with me as councilman under as a first South. I'm not going to just sit at my desk at City Hall and say, Mayor, can I have this for this vote? I'm going down to Trenton, pack up gas up to MG. I'm going to do your work. I'm not going down to Atlantic City to gamble in your MG truck. I'm going down to Trenton to do the work to find out what's going on down there. Those white folks down there will not be able to out-talk me, outright me, outthink tax abatements like it's trick or treat. Without holding these businesses accountable to do anything. Then we wonder why when you from Newark, you're making the median income that says $35,000. Councilman said if we get married, both our incomes together can afford a house. No. Because Councilman, you keep sitting there rubber stamping everything that comes through that could be and provide opportunities. No, Councilman, because when you go up to the county, you're not being like a Nebo Ramos. A Nebo Ramos on Earth Day, he know his ward is filthy. He know it's Earth Day. He said the war needs pride. I gotta show him the councilman. Joe D, you my boss and my friend. Can I get 100 barrels here donated to my ward, to the North Ward, not for water, but we going out to clean up. And then you look at his Facebook page and you see Quintana over there, proud, fighting, holding in the residence. Look at the South Ward. He giving you hot dogs on Bergen Street. He doesn't deserve to give you hot dogs on Bergen Street. You know, when an elected official give you food, it's because they celebrating something. We should not accept it if they're trying to bribe us. A hot dog makes us forget about foreclosures up the highest in the county, and you say nothing. It's not your fault, but you knew what you ran for when you ran. When a politician runs and they say, well, it's not my fault, he said the trees. If I get more contested, we have a problem with the sidewalks. They're screwing up the sidewalks. You can barely walk there, your kids can't play. On Goldsmith, there's a big hole in the middle of the ground. One of the young boys was playing with his son, and the son fell in the hole. Mildred, most of the politicians live here, so they all gotta ride by it. We gotta care. And so these are things that I'm giving you as examples. I'm going through all of these things when we're in our own space and we can talk about it, but I want you to have talking points. I want you to be, because folks, in these last 10 days or so, it's gonna get real tight. And especially because this particular race, for whatever reason, the whole city is paying attention to it. People want to know what's going to go on with this. Mayor think we know people have their own projections, but folks are paying attention to the ward council seat for a reason. We're going to change the landscape. I want to wrap up by ending where we are as our children and our processes. And when they get to choose the council president, when they get to choose the school board president, it's one of their people who has education, who values it perhaps, and is a parent. All those things are great. But when it was our turn, you gave us Marquise Lewis. Every time we get to pick somebody, your votes make us have to go. You won't go with the smartest person, the best person. You keep only negotiating deals where we get mediocre. Position yourself to be our savior. Stop it now. Because the South Ward will step up to the North Ward. Or you're going to have to talk to both then. Because one man can't run this town.
That's right.
And if one man is running this town, he don't think he got to deal and talk with black people that are contributors to this town, if he don't think that he has to be a part of giving us quality leadership, if he don't think that we deserve that, if he doesn't think that we want that, we got to start doing our own thing. We got to start bully voting like they do that. Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of pretending like it doesn't happen. I'm tired of my people having to fight for opportunities while they folks get whatever they want. And when I say they, I'm not talking about a color, I'm talking about a clique. A selected group of people that are used to disenfranchise a larger group. It don't make it any better because you Hispanic doing it versus black doing it. And I'm not talking about anybody, I'm talking about anybody that's doing it. I'm talking about anybody that's a part of it. Newark Housing Authority is run by the North Ward. Another executive directorship. So now you got Sharp James said the three golden jewels of the city is Newark Housing Authority, the Board of Education, and City Hall. City Hall is out of control. City Hall is a circus. North Ward is in control of the school board. $2 billion budget, we just got it back. Regardless of the qualified other folks that were on the board. Newark Housing Authority is out of our control. Folks are being displaced with no plan. Buildings are being sold to private owners so they can do whatever they want. What are we going to do different? So here's an opportunity to change the course of where the city is going. We were in a 30-year curse, I would like to call it, meaning it was already decided for us who would represent us. If you notice at the freeholder board, you'll see several white faces, but with us, we get one at a time to represent Newark, one black at a time. Meanwhile, Joe D gets elected in Newark. I think one time he lost his own hometown. So it's like, when he did have opposition. What I'm just saying is we got our priorities wrong. There's nothing wrong with what those people are doing. They're doing what's best for them, their community, and their people. But there's a whole world of people over here in the South Ward. And if you know anything about the South Ward, the West Ward is very relatable to it. What are we doing? We've fallen behind the Central Ward. The Central Ward, don't forget the downtown area. The Central Ward is in the communities are being. The James is on video saying things will trickle into the South from downtown. I knew I was taught in elementary school that trickle down politics don't work for black folks. So in 2018, to hear a politician say that, he steps and repeats, he steps and then he repeats everything he hears someone else say. So if you heard his father say it 20 years ago, I'm gonna say that. It's like spot on. I'm picking on him again, Daddy. Respect the seat. But when that person is not respecting the seat, that's in the seat, when that person is not respecting you, that's in the seat, call them on it. Or else we become like those folks who go to church, and because of all the crap that's going on in church, we act like it ain't going on. Because if it's the deacon, we can't say nothing. If the deacon doing something to my child, they ain't supposed to be doing, I'm saying something. Black parents got to start saying something. Government, to pastors, to your neighbors, to your own kids in your house that you know are doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. And so that's the leadership I want to bring. That's the energy that I want to bring. And I think that those things, when we do those things, we begin to sew in into our moral fibers who we are. And so our community, my last point, our community should reflect who we are. Not us reflect what our community dictates we're supposed to be based on. A headline. A misstep. Newark is the greatest city in the state of New Jersey. It is one of the greatest cities on the East Coast. It's the last stop of Dr. Martin Luther King before he was assassinated. In 2018, we claimed the dream of Dr. King. Add my voice to the council, and you add our voice to the council. When I become council, you don't become council, because I'm the one getting paid. When I become council, you get leadership. Thank you.
His father's pushing it up because they're going to push him to run for mayor. I said, give me a break.
So let me tell you that. That's the other political statement.
I heard that.
This is connected to.
He ain't no man, but
Do not sleep. All hands are on deck. My name is Terrence L. Banks, and I'm a candidate for Southwood Councilman here in the city of Newark. I am also line C1, the first on the ballot, so it's easy to find me this time. And
You should know what I came for. I swear I'm only deaf cause I don't want to blame for it. I know people in the government full of it. I know people in the hood still selling it. Not the mayor DC, he irrelevant. Even at a glare, I'm Obama when you stare. I eat medium raw, that mean I'm rare. I bring the noise, I ain't the one to bring the funk too. I probably see more shit like Jigga do. And I stay on a come up like Finley do. Is rap the reason why Romney feel like he do? Now that's just pitiful.
Hi, my name is Terrence L. Banks. I support this message.